I called it. I called it. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. Y'all heard it beforehand. Y'all heard it early in the week in the pregame show. I picked the Bears to win, and they did just that. Massive 33-14 win over the Patriots on Monday Night Football. A shocking performance. I mean, to manhandle a Belichick-led Patriots team on the road in Foxborough on prime time with all of the momentum going their way. Just an incredible job by the Bears, and it's in the title, guys. The Bears are back. I don't want to hear it. We're back. This is the best I've felt about a Bears team in a long time. What say you, Kellen Garenstein and Mike Hughes? How we doing?
I'm good, man. This is a shocker. This is a shocker. I'm highly pleased. It's already 11:30 over here, so I can't get too excited because I gotta sleep soon. But I'm feeling like Kevin. I'm not gonna dance on camera, but I'm feeling like Kevin.
Come on, Kelly, no, do it. Let's go, Kelly. Come on, give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Get up, boy. Come on, this is time, Kelly. We just did this. We're dancing on camera. Let's go. Give it to me. Give that. Come on. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go.
You know how it goes, man. We celebrate dubs around here. Winning cures all.
Let's go, man.
Crazy.
Wow. Mike, good to have you in here as well. Again, Mike on the Mike Podcast, ASAP Network. Mike's joining us here. You might have seen him a couple times here on the stream. Man, Mike, you didn't expect it either, and they did it. Come on.
Not at all, baby. It was a great win. It was a great win all in all, man. It was 4 quarters of football. That's really what it was. And I feel bad Ebner didn't get that touchdown at the very end because that boy was working for it. But his time's coming. I got big things planned for him. At least I do. I don't know about Luke Getsy, but I don't really have big plans for Luke Getsy. I know Kellen feels the same way. So it's all right. So we'll see what happens. But it was so much fun. And Kevin, I woke my moms up, man. I woke my mom up because I'll tell you what.
Mike, you're muted on TikTok, by the way. You're muted on TikTok, by the way. They're yelling at you. They're yelling at you.
Yo, my bad. I didn't know.
He's back now. He's back now.
Hey, what's to it? My bad, y'all.
All right.
Yo,
what were you saying about your moms?
All right, so I woke my moms up, man, and because listen, so if you didn't know, on Cubs.Mike, on TikTok, we was live. Me and Kev were doing our thing after we got off Bears Nation Pod, and we do a segment over there called Dog of the Week. And over on Dog of the Week, I had Jaquan Brisker, and he got an early interception. It was awesome, even though Mac Jones tried to touch his nuts. It was super inappropriate. It was bad.
That was ridiculous.
Someone needs to teach quarterbacks. Yeah, it was dirty. Quarterbacks in New England don't know how to slide. That's a fun fact just for anybody out there. Tom Brady didn't. Nobody does. But something my guy Kev said. Yeah, 100%. And if you didn't hear Kellen, he just said, fuck New England, fuck Boston, because the Bulls just beat the Celtics and the Bears just beat the fucking Pats. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Boots with 23 rebounds, but this isn't what we're here for. But back to it. Kevin sits here and he looks at me dead in the eyes and he said, Kyler Gordon's going to have a pick 6. And late in the fourth quarter, lo and behold, here comes Kyler Gordon 10 yards away from a pick 6. I was shitting my pants.
I was screaming, bro.
I was screaming. I literally stood up and I should get my mom down here. She heard me scream from downstairs. Kevin is God. I'm not even bullshitting. I said, Kevin is God, because it is exactly what this man said. It was a great win, man. It was a great win.
Huge, man. I mean, you're almost at a loss for words. You know what I mean? I mean, because the narrative, right? You've had 11 days, and as much as you have 11 days of preparation, you know what that means? You got 11 days of narrative and 11 days of talk from the national media after that big loss, to the Commanders, that you just stink it up, and everyone is saying, you're at a point now where you're a top 5 pick. Your team is done. Sell. You see the Panthers selling. You should do the same. Do it all. Sell it all. Fire, burn it down. Matt Eberflus, questions about him. And what a way to respond. What a way to put away everything that you heard in the last 11 days. And especially, let's just go straight to it for that man, Justin Fields. Justin Fields had himself an effing game tonight, solidifies that he is the franchise guy. I talked about it with Kellen. We all talked about it before here, before the game, about an hour before the game. We said, look, this is Justin's last chance on primetime to show everyone in the world that he is him. And boy, did he just do that. I mean, this is a game. We talk about when is it going to be the game where Justin Fields wins you the game. Your previous wins this year and last year, it's been the defense has done it for you, right? You get lucky on a game-winning field goal. It hasn't been Justin Fields winning you the game. Tonight, the defense played well, but Justin Fields won you the football game, and that is the only thing that you want to see as a Chicago Bears fan. I am over the moon about how Justin Fields played. What do you think, Kellen?
You can tell.
Kevin, really quick. Kevin, they're on your ass in the comments right now.
What are they saying, bro? Come on.
They're on your ass.
What y'all got to say about me, man? What are they saying? I told y'all, both y'all weak. Shut your ass up. Nah, bro, that's a dub. Kellen,
is it Boston people trying to talk?
It's Boston people. They're in here. But Kellen, man, I mean, you were watching the game, and this has been our thing, man. I mean, me and Mike too. Mike's in on the Fields train, but be honest, Mike, you're a little bit more doubtful than Kellen and I was. Be honest. You don't have to lie.
Fields. No, not at all. I've never been a negative on Justin Fields. That's my guy. I wanted on draft day, the week before draft day. Some way, you and I kept praying that he'd fall, and he fell. For whatever reason that was, I still don't really understand to this day. But my thing with the Bears and the way they've set him up, I just feel like it's definitely going to take a lot longer than a lot of people think. And I don't think it's one of those things where that's on Justin. I think it's really just going to be on figuring out what you want to do. Like it's like every time I speak, I'm just shitting on Luke Getsy. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't see a formula to where we're setting him up to succeed. And, we kind of talked about it in pregame, what his future is going to be with the Bears is I have no idea. Because even though this was a
now you do. That's what I'm saying. Now you do. I mean, you squash all of the talk. You squash all of the talk.
There is the point, and I know Kellen's probably going to hit on it too. I always look back at Cam Newton, and Cam Newton had amazing years. But when he held the ball as long as he did tonight, and there was the throw where he gets sandwiched, there was a throw where he's getting hit on, and it's one of those things where I need this kid to throw the ball away at times. I really do, because this is going to be a very short-lived
Mike, that
career.
happened one time, and it was in the first
quarter
or second quarter. One time
over the years that catches up with everybody, and I think that's something that we really just need. I love the dedication of not giving up on plays, but sometimes you got to know when to say when, because it's going to eat you alive. That's Kellen, my only critique.
Okay. Well, I know Kellen's happy. I know Kellen. Let's go. We were right. What do you say? What say you, Kellen Garanstein?
Yeah, man. You know what the crazy thing is, Kevin, is that so again, like, fair warning, I didn't watch the whole game just because I was busy, but I tried to catch as many bits and pieces, and I caught I'd say just under half. But he still has a lot of room to improve. This still isn't I don't know if we can even say this is the game. I thought he did a good job of executing the game plan.
It's right? the game.
There's probably going to be a game.
It's the game so far.
Yeah. There's going to be a game eventually where he's going to break 300, 350 passing yards and have 3-4 touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I see you guys on TikTok making the faces and all that. That's nice. But no, I'm very pleased. I can't speak on Luke Getsy because I didn't see enough of the game, but there were I saw a good amount of plays where Justin was rolling out. I saw Twitter was praising quarterback design runs. Obviously, he had the rushing touchdown in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I saw the touch.
Great.
So we were on a water break when they were driving before half to get that touchdown, and he pulls the sidearm and Herbert runs it in. I'm walking back on the field. I yell my team, touchdown, Bears! And I was like,
let's go.
High. But
that is what I'm talking about.
That's a freaking play, man. To know it's not there and then to take the hit and sidearm it and make an accurate throw. I think it's something that a lot of NFL quarterbacks should be able to do. But for Justin to do it tonight, prime time, when we kind of needed to see it, right? Not needed to see it, but we all wanted to see it.
It was a need.
And I think a lot of people outside of the Bears needed to see it, right? We would have loved it either way, right? But that was such a great play, and I know it's not the hardest play to make in the world, and guys like Mahomes and Josh Allen are going to make shit like that look easy, but I mean, that's a thing that Justin can do, and I'm rambling now, but Justin Fields is way better than Zach Wilson. Justin Fields is way better than Mac Jones. All right. And I don't know.
I got benched tonight.
I'm sure Mike, you felt this way before the draft, but I preached to Kevin a bunch of times. I said, Zach Wilson, he's not the guy. He's not the guy.
You know what it was? I wish I knew you, bro. I wish I knew you back then. I love you. Everything you say is just like amazing, because what I said about Zach Wilson, and you know I'm a Mitchell Trubisky truther. I always will be. That's my guy. But I felt like Zach Wilson was the Mitchell Trubisky out of that draft. There was not enough tape. There was not enough years that went into that. There was nothing. He was just the hottest guy at the time, getting compared to Aaron Rodgers, getting compared to all these guys, just like Mitch did. And you know what? And to be completely honest, I felt the same way about Trey, because Trey didn't play his final season because of COVID issues. And then really, when you look at it for what it was, he had that one solid season in Baylor. The rest were kind of like whatever. So I kind of felt the same way about both of them. I felt Justin had the most tape on him next to Lawrence. And that's really, it was 1A and 1B for me. And I gave Lawrence the edge just because of the natty, and obviously other things that went into that. The health was a big thing too. Justin had all those injuries early on. But I want to ask you guys this, and I know, Kellen, I know you weren't really watching the game full in and full out, but I noticed we saw Sam Mustipher back. Obviously, Lucas Patrick
tweeted it
with the toe injury. But here's the biggest thing about that. I saw so many RPOs, so many quarterback-driven designs for Justin Fields with Lucas under center. Once Sam came in, all of that went out the window.
Changed.
Everything they did change. And it was still successful to some degree, but you saw everything we've been worrying about the first few weeks, and Justin starting to look not bad, but starting to kind of make these mistakes again. That's where I noticed for myself. I was like, yo, like it is an offensive line driven team. What we do with Justin dictates what we're doing with the offensive line. And I think when you have Sam out there, you can't do these RPOs because guys, the nose tackles, everybody's in his face immediately. And you saw it with Sam. Like it's bad luck Sam. And that should be the title.
Bad luck Sam. Bad luck Sam.
That's what it is.
Yeah. No, I tweeted it out, man. I tweeted it out. It kind of went viral. I said, you know, there was a significant change the moment Lucas Patrick entered the game, not only from a protection standpoint. Obviously, protection was worse when Mustipher came in, but from a play calling standpoint, I think that's what you're hinting at. They know that they can't do all the things they want to do when Sam Mustipher is in there. They know that. And we had pitched that idea a little bit earlier in the year, and no one was buying it, you know, but we didn't really know until they moved it around if that was true. And now we know, you know, Sam Mustipher is among the lowest athleticism score of like all centers in like NFL history. So they know like, hey, we can't trust him to pull. We can't trust him to be blocking up front on a screen. You know what I mean? Like it's just little things like that you can't trust with Sam Mustipher. And we got that solidification tonight that they do not have faith, that they have to change their offense when he's in the game. So that's the unfortunate thing there. But man, oh man, I mean, I loved what I saw from Lucas Patrick and from them at the center position. And you do have to give a little bit of credit to Mustipher and the way that they did respond in the second half. But here's what I'll say about this game in general. No? Come on, you give them a little bit of credit. They still put up, how many points they put up? 13 in the second half? Okay, sure, fine. You can, okay, you go. Sure, that's fine. Let's talk about this, all right? The most important takeaway from this game for me, okay, we go around the horn. We'll do our most important takeaways. Here's the thing for me. We talked all week. You've got this 11-day period we talked about beforehand. How are you going to respond? How are you going to change? And they went back. They saw what didn't work, both on their way to the red zone and in the red zone, and they changed their offense for the better. I mean, it was unbelievable the things that they were able to do. Luke Getsy did a hell of a job play calling, getting down the field. And then we were in the red zone. You saw more creative things. Justin Fields, you know, they said, how many times did he end up rushing the ball? I mean, I think his rush total was up to 12 rushes 14? Or something. 14 rushes.
14.
And probably a good 10 of them were designed. That is what you do when you have an 11-day period to change, to fix your team. You're 2-4. They did just that, Kellen. I was really, really impressed by their ability to adjust in that period.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm so happy. Because I'm
He's so happy. Let's go.
I'm trying to like go through Twitter and everything, and like I'm seeing a whole bunch of good stuff about Lucas Patrick and the rookies on defense, and because you know, I want to believe in Ryan Poles' vision. And Mike said this last time, you know, this is what Ryan Poles said to Flus and Getsy and Fields, is that it just might not look good at times this first year, but that's just what we got. But like, this was a good win. I said this to Kevin before we got on live. This is a great win for Ryan Poles because that the culture, the defense was flying around. You know, I'm sure that the coaching staff, you know, part of being a head coach is holding the rest of your staff accountable. And I'm sure at some point during the long bye, or whatever they call it, like a impromptu bye, that Eberflus had to sit down with the offensive staff and be like, guys, we got to be better. You know what I mean? Like we have to do this, and this is probably said to Lugetzi, this is your side of the ball. I'm not going to take it from you, but we've got to be better. And they made it better. And granted, I'd still love to see us score more touchdowns in the red zone. Like Cairo kicked 4 field goals tonight. Like some of those things we got to capitalize on. But fuck, man, 33 points in this economy and that weather. Let's
in
go,
this
man.
economy in that weather. Yeah,
this is good stuff, man.
Well, it's not even this economy or that weather. It's just the bar was in hell for the Bears offense, and they just exceeded. I mean, the bar was here, and they just put up a performance up here. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, again, you know, and I don't want people to forget the storylines that were pitched before this game began. All right. Bill Belichick, 17-2 against young quarterbacks. They never lose in Foxborough on primetime. Bears 0-9 on primetime in their last 9 primetime games. You know, all these different narratives. Don't forget those right now, because if anything, it proves that everything was stacked against us. We were projected to give no chance to win. They were plus 320 on the money line. Everyone picked the Patriots. No one picked the Bears except me. I'm just saying. I did. But you can't. You have to remember how impressive of a win this is. And again, we have talked about, the Bears have kept it close. They've kept it so close, and it's been 1-score games. Guys, this was a 3-score game. They blew out the New England Patriots at home. Teams don't do that. Whether the New England Patriots are with Tom Brady or Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones, teams do not blow out the New England Patriots when they are at home. It just doesn't happen under Bill Belichick. And the Chicago Bears, of all teams, did that. You know what it says to me? And then I'll go, Mike, we'll go to your one big takeaway next. We're kind of stealing from Scott Van Pelt here, the one big thing. I'll give you a couple minutes to think of one. You know what this says the most about? You said it says a lot about Ryan Poles. This says a lot about Matt Eberflus. A lot. You know what I mean? Everything about Brian Daboll and everything you heard, I don't want to hear it anymore, because as of right now, I'm loving where Matt Eberflus is at. I'm loving the way he responded. I'm loving the way he coached this game. Mike, your one big takeaway from Bears Patriots tonight.
Man, it wasn't bullshitters. And I think that's the key word. I think you want to see, I just dropped on the TikTok. I just dropped the phone. But in all seriousness, you know, I think it's nice. I think it's really nice when Bill Dorr has his moments. I think it's really nice when Khalil Herbert has his moments. And, you know, there's some guys that, you know, they're solid role players, but they're not the big hitters. Tonight, Roquan Smith with a takeaway, Jaquan Brisker with a takeaway, Kyler Gordon with a takeaway. Those are your foundational pieces to this defense, and they all showed out against Bill Belichick. So I think that, to me, is the biggest takeaway, is that the big dogs are becoming big dogs. You know, right now, you know,
little dogs are becoming big dogs, Mike.
Right.
Yeah,
100%.
Well,
but I love my favorite. He ain't the biggest dog, but that's a whole different conversation. But not the highest paid dog. But it's something right now to where I love this saying my coach used to say to me, if you're going to piss like a puppy, stay on the porch. And these guys show up and they show out. You know, Kyler starts off so slow to begin the season. And obviously, Jaquan Brisker has been throughout the entire time missing guys like, you know, obviously Jalen Johnson and then Gordon and all these other guys not having a lot of time with them. And now they're starting to finally get this chemistry going down. And someone commented as well, Robinson being one of the biggest steals. It was a little while ago, but Robinson is huge.
Kellen and I called this. We called this in April. Man, oh man. That guy can play.
He's a dog, bro. He's a dog. And we all knew that kind of, I mean, not everybody, but, you know, if you watch tape and you're really into the draft like we are, and I'm huge on the draft. It's honestly my favorite time of the year. I could give a shit about free agency. I could give a shit about anything else. The draft is my favorite time of the year because I love development more than anything and just scouting things. So this kid dropping the way he did was just outstanding. And honestly, anything was better than Mario Edwards. He's a psychopath. But it's something, you know, for me, just watching these guys do this on a big stage was everything. And not only did they all do it, they all did it at once. And it was cohesive. It was there. It felt fresh. Nobody was picking up somebody else's slack. I will say one thing. I forgot who it was, but Vape. Is it Vape or Zape? I don't know how to say his name. But
Zappy.
Bro, yeah, Zappy blanked it out all the way to the left-hand side, and Eddie Jackson was nowhere to be found yet again. But that's okay. It happened. It was a great and very well-designed play. I ain't going to hold him. Eddie Jackson tackled him which was great. I mean, if we were talking about this last year, Eddie Jackson made a tackle. I mean, guys are doing their jobs. Bojack is back. The defense looks great. That's my biggest takeaway. And I will say, I will apologize to N'Keal Harry. I do have a jersey to go buy and go get on the internet a little later after this.
Wait, what was the bet again? Was it 10 yards?
I said he wouldn't get more than 10 yards. I believe he had like 15 or something like that. But I do have a jersey I need to go purchase. It's very unfortunate. But hey, Mamba mentality. I rock with the number 8. I guess I'll rock it. It's still not the worst number 8 Bears jersey ever. Mike Glennon will forever hold that. So I'm not too hard about it.
We deserve this, man. We've had dark days
Bro.
as Bears fans.
Bro, let me tell you,
days.
Kellen. So I watched a game today with my father, who is was he like 66, and then my dad's friend, who is also pretty old, and they've been watching this team for a long time. And you know, the only joys that they have are 1985, and I've never seen them this happy. Like I've never seen them this excited and happy about the Chicago Bears, and that says something. You know what I mean? Because again, like you have to understand the situation the Bears are in, what this means. You know what this means. A win like this means nothing for, let's think of other teams. Like this is why I'm like, for
any
Giants,
other team, Kevin. Any other team.
No. Well, what I'm saying is like you're right to an extent. You're right that our fan base, we react to this more, better than any other franchise, because boy, do we need this. But as far as
Kevin, before you continue, what did you say on the TikTok live when you were muted? Because it's the perfect example. Someone said something about draft picks, and what did you say about this team? And that describes all Bears fans. What did you say? It was like 10 minutes ago. Do you remember?
No, what did I say?
Kellen, you were talking and somebody said, can you guys please keep losing? We need draft picks. Kevin looks at this man. He's muted. He goes, fuck this. This is a playoff team. And that's Bears fans. That is Bears fans.
That is.
Kevin said, fuck that. We're going to the bowl.
Come on. We're going to the bowl. We're back. We're back.
That is the Bears.
I mean, come on. Is that not the Bears fan? I mean, this is what we do. Your phone fell again, you dummy. No, what I was trying to say is, sorry about it. This win, like every game that is played, win or loss, is always a moral victory in the background of what it means for the future. And all of a sudden, you see the Bears playing a competitive football game. Their young players play well. Their young franchise quarterback plays well. And all of a sudden, you start to remember these thoughts that, hey, this team might have a foundation. Oh, they have 8 draft picks next year. Oh, they have $150 million in cap space next year. If they spend a little bit of money, this could be a very, very, very good. I wouldn't say 4 varies. It could be we'll go 1 very. It could be a very good football team next year. That's all I'm saying, Kelly. I mean, do you kind of see what I mean there?
Yeah, man. I'm excited. We got a lot of cap space. The only drawback is I don't think there's any big free agent wide receivers. But like I'm never worried about wide receivers, because all wide receivers are divas, and someone's gonna force their way out, like we're seeing with Elijah Moore. And whether that, like I said, we talked about it, before. But I'm speaking strictly offense right now. But I'm excited, man. I think Poles is. There's moments during the losses where I'm like, damn, like my guys out there getting fucking killed, like I know that we have to take our growing pains, but damn, I don't want to see this. And tonight was one of those nights where it's like when this team is healthy, when they've got it going on.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted to see, right? We know that this team's a playoff team, right?
Oh,
but like, granted, we don't win a Super Bowl.
Are you saying it? Are you saying this team's a playoff team?
I'm just saying, Kevin.
No, put it on paper right now. Kellen, put it on paper. I don't want put it on paper or on tape.
I don't know if I'm ready for that, Kevin. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I'm not like you. I'm not built like you.
I know. I'm sorry.
But they can listen. But we just talked about it earlier. They're a couple snaps away from being 6-1. What is that? 6-1 right now?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
6-1, 5-2.
Like they're 5, anything like that, right? Like there are a couple plays and a couple mistakes that they made away from that. And in spite of all the criticisms that we have for this team. So I'm excited. I know that I'm going to be a Justin Truther going forward. So let's go. You know what else I'm going to say too is I think with all the cap space we have, I think paying David Montgomery $6.5 million for the next 6.5 million per year for the next 3 years is okay.
It's affordable. Exactly.
I'm
if he's willing to take that pay cut.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not for paying running backs, but like the market, it just wouldn't make sense to give him anything more. But like if he would take that, I'd give it to him.
I 100% agree. I was
I
thinking
wouldn't.
about finding a way. Mike, come on. He's a good player, man. He's a good player. Is he a player
I'll tell
you
you what
want on
it
your
is.
football team? Is he a player you want on your football
No.
team? Answer the question.
No.
Are you
100%
serious?
no.
Come on, Mike.
100%
Are you
no.
watching a
I'll
different
tell
game?
you
You're
why.
watching a different
I'll
game.
tell you why. No, I'll tell you why, Kellen. I want your opinion on it, Kevin. I'll always love yours, but it's so Bears bias. It's in your blood. It's not your fault. But I do think when I look at David Montgomery, and you're talking to, I'm a former running back. Like I that's the way I view it. That's the way I look at it. And hey, maybe I'm not a D1 running back. Maybe I'm not a D2 running back. But something I always prided myself on, and I watch a lot of guys, is when there isn't a hole, you create a hole. And for David Montgomery, the part to me why I
he
love
creates
Khalil
holes
Herbert
because he
more,
bounces off tackles.
and I feel you, but that's not a hole. Hear me when I say this, and tell me where I'm wrong. With David Montgomery, what I noticed, especially with this offensive line, and if you're the Dallas Cowboys of 2016 or 2017, you have the ability to do this, to wait for holes. You know what I mean? Because they had a great offensive line. The problem right now, bro, with David Montgomery is once he gets the ball, he sits and he waits for a hole that's not going to get there. Khalil Herbert is a guy. The second he grabs that fucking football, he's gone, and he's creating a hole. David Montgomery sits, and that's why you have so many yards where he gets less than 2 yards. And that's one of the biggest things for me with David Montgomery. I love him. He's great, but he's not one of those guys that's going to slam it down your throat. He's not to go back to Bears guys of history, he's not a Jordan Howard. He's not a
Oh, God, stop it. Oh, we're not doing Jordan Howard.
I swear to God. I swear to God. How do you feel about that?
Here's the pushback I have against that, Mike, is prime Le'Veon Bell made himself the best back in the league off that play style.
I was going to say that as well.
Not saying that Monty is that guy. With a solid line, but
playoff contending line.
Yeah, but I still think Monty gives you a lot as far as being a running back out of the backfield that can catch the ball and in pass pro and understands, intent and where blitzes are coming from. I think that's big. And I think going forward, I'm fine if they don't pay him, right? I'm fine if he walks. But considering our cap situation, I think that's a big part of it too. Is just
this is true.
So much.
You can afford it.
No, yeah, and that was my point. Is like we can do that, but if it was like to a point to where it was like, yo, we have like $30 million in cap space, and Monty wants more than $6 million, it's like, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go.
And I think he creates a lot. I still think he creates more than what's given to him. In most cases, and it might not be a lot because he's just not a home run hitter. I mean, the only home run I've ever seen Monty hit is the Houston game in 2020, where it was like the first play of the game, right? It's the only home run.
That was nice.
But like consistency, I know, right? And I feel like that's the fastest he's ever looked on a football field.
Yeah.
Consistency wise, though, for if the offensive line is on, I think he's on, and I think keeping him with Herbert, I think they make each other better. I think having both of them makes each other better, keeps them fresh. I think it's important, and I understand like polls could be like, well, fuck it, we'll just draft a running back in the 4th round, we'll be fine, and that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that approach. You know what I mean? But I think having that guy in house for a team going forward that could probably use someone with the fire from a team that's been losers. David Montgomery's been on
you want that culture setter.
Yeah, and that's kind of overlooking into it, but that would be my argument for it. It's not like it really is a big deal in the end, but
100%. Yeah, I'm not like a Monty hater. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like, man, if you're looking for like a payday, and hey, all power to you. I want these guys to get paid. I want you to milk every single owner for every cent because you have the right to do so if you have the platform. But it's one of those things where it's like milking my owner now. That's a different conversation because now you're putting me in a tricky spot. You can go milk the other 31 teams in the league, no problem. I mean, but my own, I'm starting to like, all right, well, again, we're talking about a guy who's 25, 26, and you said in the 4th round you can find a gem. And it's one of those things where it's like the way the draft is now is you can find a Najee Harris later on. And it just happens like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, but like you're right. And I've always been a proponent of not drafting a running back before round 3. I mean, you just shouldn't do it. You can find look at the Chiefs with Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, that guy was a 6th rounder, and now he's the RB1 over there. You know what I mean? Like the Chiefs do it year after year after year with undrafted free agents, and James Robinson was an undrafted free agent, just got traded for a 6th-round pick because he elevated his value. It's the best thing you can do from a value standpoint is draft running backs past round 3. But I think the bottom line is, like, if this is a guy, what this team should do in the offseason is develop a list of core guys who are going to be here, when they enter the Super Bowl window, which presumably is next year. I mean, presumably the Super Bowl window begins next year. With the amount of talent you have with the franchise quarterback set, you start the Super Bowl window next year. The window opens next year. You're given 4 to 5 years. Mike, it's not an unrealistic thing to say. It's actually completely realistic.
You switched it up. You said the Super Bowl window opens next year. I was like, all right,
that's
cool.
what I've been saying. I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl next year. I'm saying you were like,
nah. You said the Super Bowl type opens.
No, I did not. Bullshit.
Kellen, what do you say?
This is cap.
Kevin, you were on a high horse. You were probably euphoric. You probably don't remember it. It probably just all went.
I was wrong.
Here's a new segment.
You blacked out.
Segment for Bears Nation podcast. Run the tape back. I mean, it's just stuff Kevin said.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go run the tape back, I mean, you can run it back because I'm right about 94% of things, and Jake Hassan is wrong about almost all of them. So feel free to run it back. I'll say 100%. That.
I can't wait to hear Jake Hassan's thoughts on this game. By the way, I can't wait to hear it,
dude. Let me tell you, Kellen,
Mr. Cynical.
I'm gonna have a field day tomorrow. I'm going to have a fucking field day on this show tomorrow. We're going to do a recap show tomorrow night. I think I am going to have a field day. Matthew Anderson in the chat. This is my guy from high school. When is Kev wrong? Never. It's never happened. Shane M also in the chat. She still have Justin Ross. Yeah, I know. That was our thing. We also have TikTok in here. You guys are just blowing this shit up. You guys are incredible. I can't even address the 4 billion comments that are here. Appreciate all the likes on TikTok. If you guys want to hear Kellen Garrison, his analysis is probably better than both Mike and I, because this guy actually plays football. Hop in the stream, hop in on YouTube. I just think they're going to have a list of core guys that they want on their team next year, core guys who represent the culture, core guys who represent everything that they stand for and are good football players. And David Montgomery should be on that list for the right price. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I think running backs, to an extent, themselves, when they're negotiating, are understanding the market as well. Their agents are understanding the market as well. He knows he can't ask for $10 million, $12 million. He just can't. He knows that this is
any team that would pay that to him is fucking stupid.
It's stupid. And maybe there is a team out there that does it. And if they do, then all power to them. But I think they'll be able to do it. This is the question that I have for you guys. And this is something that just popped in my mind at the end of this game. I mean, I think the Bears had, I don't know if it ended this way because of the final couple plays on the Patriots drive, but up until that final drive of the game for the Patriots, the Bears were outgaining the Patriots total yards on offense with just rushing yards. The Bears had more rushing yards than the entire Patriots offense. And the question that popped into my mind is, are the Chicago Bears the best rushing football team in the league? And I think the answer is an easy yes.
Yeah, I think it's 110%. And I think a big part of that, I get so many people, and I'm not going to slander anybody for their opinions, but so many people say Justin Fields isn't the guy because we haven't seen him throw over 300 yards in X amount of games. The big thing about that is you have to understand your personnel. You have to understand how many yards is Justin Fields getting collectively, and what is he doing with those yards, and how did those yards amplify wins.
Look at Lamar's stat lines.
Exactly. But a big thing I will say this about Lamar. Lamar does air it out. He doesn't give a fuck.
Sure.
Like, that's just Lamar.
But
I think an MVP will get you that, and you'll be able to do what you want to do. But Justin, at this very point in time with his personnel, I liked what I saw out of N'Keal Harry today. It looked a lot better than what I've seen from his New England Patriots tapes. I will say that. Shout out N'Keal Harry. So he proved me wrong. And you know what the best part is about being a fan, though? It's okay to be wrong. Like, I'm so happy when I'm wrong about guys when I shit on them like that. I do think one of the biggest things, seeing Pettis be able to, we see Pettis a lot. We see Pettis a lot of these sweep options that are crazy. And I hate that we only do it about once a game because we need to see more of it. Kevin's laughing right now. I got to make sure no one's talking shit. But it's something where I look at Justin collectively. I mean, let's talk about how many rushing yards he got for a first down today. I counted several.
Yes.
I mean, the kid did his thing. So I think where a lot of people are like, yo, this kid's not throwing the ball over 250 yards a game, that's fine.
Doesn't matter.
Because you look at David Montgomery with over 80 yards, Khalil Herbert, obviously, and Justin Fields too.
What was the 1/3? It was like 3rd and 14 before the end of the half.
And it was
like
an easy sack, and he got all 17 of them. Like it's a beauty to watch sometimes. And that was my only takeaway was sometimes when it doesn't work, I'm like, this kid's going to break his neck. And that's where I'm like, okay, there needs to be like, you got to, like I always say, you got to know when to say when. I tell the kids I coach that 24/7 because, you're going to be up one of those 16-year-old halfbacks or fullbacks that has a neck brace on, and that kid's a fucking serial killer. Like, you got to be careful with stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And I look back at, you guys talk about it all the time, the Clemson game. But if you remember the one specifically where Justin broke his ribs or fractured his ribs, whatever it was, that was one of those kind of say when kind of plays, and it just happens like that.
Yeah, you're right. Someone in the chat saying sell Kenneth Walker high. Don't sell Kenneth Walker. That guy's good at football. And the Seahawks have a good
dude. I crapped on him 3 weeks ago. Let me say this: I crapped on Seattle's. No, mames. Kevin, never say that again.
Oh wait. This is wait. Real quick. This guy has a great question. Go real quick though. Go real quick. What you're gonna say?
I was like, Seattle's offensive line will never make Ken good at football ever, unless they fix it. And here comes fucking Ken the last 3 weeks, just pile driving it. I'm just like, I'm never gonna talk about football again, bro.
Yeah, I know. There's certain times like that where your take is so cold that you should be exposed by freezing cold takes. All right, here's the question that I found in the chat: is Cole Kmet closer to Adam Shaheen than he is to George Kittle? As a player,
probably, yeah.
I think they hold hands. They damn near hold hands.
No. They don't hold hands. Let's relax on that. You may hate Cole Kmet, but let's relax on that.
I think they're holding hands.
Here, guys, keep popping great questions in the chat. We're gonna answer all of these hopefully. Here's the best thing I saw from Cole Kmet, and one of the best things I saw in the game today. Kellen, I don't know if you were watching at this point. I think this was third quarter. Justin Fields escapes the pocket, throws an absolute dime to Cole Kmet on the sideline. Cole Kmet catches it. I think I am Scotch in the chat said he can't get over that catch either. I can't either. It's a great catch. But the most important thing is the moment he catches it, he sprints back to the line of scrimmage and back to the ref to give him the ball and say, hey, we got to snap this so we don't give the Patriots an opportunity to challenge, because it was a close play at the sideline. That is a heads-up football play. And we haven't seen the Bears. There's been a number of times where my dad and I have saw that throughout the first 6 games of the season saying, you got to get up to the line of scrimmage. If it's a close play, do not give them an opportunity to challenge. And there's a great heads-up play by Cole Kmet. And, that's a great conversation. We talk so much about on this team about wide receivers, what we can get for them in the draft and in free agency. Should we be taking a look at the free agent market for tight ends and keep Cole Kmet on the roster? He's a good blocker, and he's going to be on the team because he's under contract. But if there's a decent receiving tight end out there, it doesn't hurt you to have two guys. Kellen or Mike, you're making faces. Who you got a name in mind?
Oh, 100%. And we're taking him. We're taking him from the up north. We need Robert Tonyan on this team. I love Tonyan. I love what he does. I think he's a stud. I think he's a playmaker. He's that dude.
Red zone threat. That's why you like him.
Big red zone threat. And it's one of the things, right now. And you know what, Kevin? We didn't even address it. I loved what I saw from Eberflus today. We were on the 3-yard line. And it was 4th down. It was I think it was the second quarter, first quarter, and Matt said, fuck it, we're taking the field goal. And I was like, that is exactly why we lost to Washington last week, is we're going on 4th down, knowing we don't have red zone threats. And for him to adjust to that, it's something Matt Nagy couldn't do if I spelled it out in front of him that said kick. I mean, it wasn't something that you could see. So to see him make self-adjustments and to understand that we didn't need to be that aggressive, we could be patient, I love that. So to add Robert into that, I think that would be insane. I think it would open up Cole Kmet, and I think it would just be so much better for this offense to really flow.
Kellen, you got a name in mind? What do you think about that idea, bringing another tight end?
I'm looking at 2023 free agent
tight ends. Who we got?
No, I think Mike kind of hit the nail on the head.
Tonyan,
yeah. Irv Smith is there, and everyone else is kind of old or they're not good. Mike Gesicki's a free agent.
No,
and we have the money to pay him, but he's no, that's fair.
After that gritty,
Mike,
no,
that's a very fair thing to do.
Not in my city, sir. Not in my city, sir.
Mike Gesicki never played in NFL. For that gritty. That's all I'm seeing. OJ Howard, nope. Jesse James, nope. Drew Sample, nope. Mercedes Lewis, oldest time, nope. Hayden Hurst, nope. Just
and don't forget, Adam Shaheen's out there somewhere.
No, he's not. I think he got like arrested or something. Or yeah,
he got arrested.
Not arrested, but he was like.
Adam Shaheen is probably somewhere being saved by Jesus Christ.
That's what it was. Yeah, he found God. Well, but here's the thing about Robert Tonyan.
You found God before you found the end zone, though. So I mean, hey, all power to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good. Yeah, he found something. I mean, it wasn't the end zone. Robert Tonyan
should have tried ayahuasca.
Yeah, maybe. Jesus. That's good. If you guys didn't hear Kellen, because you're on TikTok, he just said Adam Shaheen should have tried ayahuasca. Now, Robert Tonyan, guess who the offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears is? Luke Getsy. The connections are there with him. You know what I mean? Like there is definitely a storyline to be said. We got some guy in the chat who keeps spamming Vanilla Vic. Whose nickname is Vanilla Vic?
It's a great question, and I've been looking at it on my laptop. I hope he's not talking
about Mac Jones.
I think he's probably talking about Mac Jones because he had like two big rushes for 8 yards.
I do want to ask you though, and it's a big thing, and it's for either of you guys. Kellen, I know you didn't check out the game like that, but did they give up on Mac a little too early? Because there was conversation. They even asked Bill. Not. They were like, "Bill, are they going to play? Are they both going to play in the second half?" And Bill said they're both going to play, and you didn't see Mac the rest of the game.
No, they didn't give up on him. I don't know. I mean, what do you? They were right for benching him because Bailey Zappi gave him a spark. Like, you got to give credit 100%. To Bailey Zappi where credit's due. When he was in there, he ended up throwing 2 interceptions, but he gave him a spark. They didn't pull him too quickly. Look, and boy, oh boy, does this make me feel good. And boy, oh boy, was I right about Justin Fields coming out and wanting to kind of have this revenge game against Mac Jones. I mean, I think that's sort of a storyline that no one followed other than us here at Bears Nation Podcast. It was this idea that Justin has a little bit of something to pay for, in this game, considering what had happened in the back. Daniel Jones is Vanilla Vic. That's who it is. Okay. That makes sense. Because he has more rushing yards in the year than Najee Harris. He has more rushing yards in the year than Najee Harris.
That is a fact. That is a fact, though. That is a fact.
That is a fact. Where was I going with this about Justin Fields? Look, man.
He had something to play
and
for.
This is real, too. Kellen, I don't know. I think we were talking about this around draft time in 2021. We were legitimately nervous that they were going to take Mac Jones when they traded up. I think Kel and I were texting, and Mike, we might have been texting too at that point because everyone lost their fucking shit when they traded up. And 100%. I think Kellen texted me. He's like, dude, like they can't take, like they might take Mac. Like there were rumblings of that. And now, just 2 years in his career, he's a bust. And here's the other conversation to be had. How far ahead is Justin Fields among the rest of his draft class? I mean, be honest. Like, I think he's leaps and bounds ahead. No, he's not third. He's leaps and bounds ahead of Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion. He's leaps and bounds ahead of Zach Wilson. He's leaps and bounds ahead of Mac Jones. I wouldn't say he's leaps and bounds ahead of Zach Wilson. He's ahead of Zach Wilson. He's ahead of Trevor Lawrence. Right. He's leaps and bounds ahead of Mac Jones. And Trey Lance hasn't really given a real shot, but
you know what?
Am I missing someone? No.
I'd put him 2 and I'd put Trevor at 1.
Reason I don't know why Joey popped in my head, but I thought about Joey. I guess it's because his first year he was hurt, but as whatever. But I would have him at 2. I think it's definitely a conversation. But Kevin, we were texting about it, and somewhere, Kellen, I have to send you the video. We were all drinking, and we're of age, maybe not at the time, but now we are, so it doesn't matter. Do something about it. But we were all drinking, and I think if you guys remember, we're watching the draft. We're all sitting there. And I'm like, we're going to take Justin Fields, baby. I'm texting Kev. I'm texting everybody. We're going to take Justin Fields. And as the draft board is showing, they show Mac Jones sitting down. And my buddy's just recording, just randomly for his Snapchat. No. And I go, I'm sipping my beer. I go, oh, fuck. And then I was like, no. I was like, please, not again. Not with this line. This kid is a statue. I was so hurt. I was like, they're going to take him. I was like so drunk. I was like, they're going to take Mac and they're going to kill it. And then, we got blessed. Ryan Pace did one thing right on his way out. We got blessed with Justin Fields.
Video to it.
Oh, dude, I have not.
Wait, Kellen, I haven't seen that either, have I?
I had to have shown it to you. And it ended up on Max Markham's compilation.
Oh, did it?
When he made like the Bears fans reaction. But I swear to God, so Thursday night Thursday night we got Justin, and I think that was like finals week or something. I was done with class, so I was like, dude, fuck it, I'm going to the liquor store. So I went to the liquor store. I got me a fifth of Crown Apple, and some M&Ms and a thing of ginger ale, and I drank by myself. I watched the draft by myself and drank by myself. That's like the only time I did that. I was like, dude, Justin Fields is a bear. I'm drinking to that, man. Let's go.
That's a reasonable reaction. It was a great day. What happened to that guy in the Twitch chat who said he would come in here and take a shot at Jameson if we won? Or Jaeger bomb. That's what he said.
He's probably, dude, let's be real. It was 33 points by a Bears offense. He's drunk somewhere right now. He's passed out.
Oh, yeah, he probably is. He should be. I had a drink during the game. I'll be honest. I was feeling good. I mean, how could you not be feeling good?
I felt like that guy had drinks during our stream. Like
he probably, he definitely did. Also, I think my phone just died on TikTok, Mike.
I think it did too.
You know, live pause.
So
you're gonna.
I'm still here, y'all.
It's gonna end.
Hey, before y'all leave, follow Cubs.Mike. I'm taking over the stream. Kevin fucking left y'all. I won't leave y'all. You can always follow me. Nah, I'm playing. Should I leave this guy?
Yeah, you can end it. It's fine. We'll end the stream here. It's late. We should go to bed. I gotta post this. I gotta post a couple of things from this. I'm definitely gonna post a video of Kellen and I grittying. That is going on the internet. That's.
Oh, it has to.
I'm sorry, Kellen. It's on the internet. Oh, it's gonna be on the internet. But
that's
boys,
play it at his practice tomorrow.
Yeah, he should. Absolutely. I don't like. This is a euphoric feeling. I think some of you guys used that word a little bit earlier in the stream, and I'm catching on it. It's euphoric, and you know what the best thing about it is, boys. Your week is going to be great. Like you're going to have a great week now because the Bears won. Like you're set. Mm-hmm. You're set. Like Monday's done. We got past the worst day of the week. Kellen is what just happened.
Kevin, what is this your dad and your friend that you guys are celebrating? Yeah. This is golden, man. That is awesome. That is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was like, we were all so hyped up, and that was after the Dave Montgomery 1-yard touchdown. I was like, I'm propping my phone up. We're getting this reaction here, but like that's just how it felt, man. Like we're in a circle, jumping up and down. It feels good to be a Bears fan, man. And now we're sitting pretty. You know what? Like we got nothing to worry about, and then we go to Dallas next week. What a great game. I'm not worried about it. I am not intimidated by the Dallas Cowboys at all, if I'm being honest. Do I think we're going to win the game outright? I don't know. I got to do my research. I got to see what the matchup looks like. But on paper, when I see the Dallas Cowboys on the schedule, I'm not scared. Are you? I'm not.
That defense terrifies me for Justin. But I think
Micah Parsons is not a good matchup for us.
That's true.
And they still have Lawrence healthy too, but that man's foot will go any second of the day, so who knows if he'll be available. But dude, he breaks his foot more times than I fucking changed my pants. But it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's gonna be a crazy day. It's gonna be a crazy day for sure. I think Justin's gonna be in for one. So but I think this is, like you said, it's great momentum. Like this is something you carry into Dallas. And I think that's gonna be so much fun, bro.
Absolutely. So a little bit of schedule for those still watching. We're going to have a recap tomorrow night of the game with Jake and I. Maybe we'll get Kellen on there too. Kellen, you got practice tomorrow night? What's the word?
Yeah, I got practice tomorrow night. Depends on what time you guys are going on.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But nonetheless,
Wednesday, though.
We got therapy on Wednesday. Our guy Ernie Scadden gave us a nice new intro for Wednesday night this week. Wednesday night Bears therapy. That's gonna be friggin' awesome. It's gonna be a good week of content, man. And we're still trying to get our guy Simeon Kelly on here at some point. He'll probably be more inclined to come on this week after a Bears win, so that'll be fun. Also, Kellen, guess who texted me after the Jaquan Brisker interception? Like immediately after.
His trainer. Trainer.
He said, yes, sir. He said, yes, sir. I was like, you're goddamn right. Every time that man makes a play, he's gonna reach out.
He's been playing so well though. Like he's been playing very, very.
Oh, dude! In all seriousness, he is the one guy right now. I'd be like, if you had to buy a future Bears jersey for the next championship window run, it's Brisker without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That's
next to Field.
Right. But you're right. I mean, Mike, we got Christmas season coming up. People got to buy presents. You're 100% right. You know what I mean? You're doing good for the people out here looking for a Christmas gift for their kid. And if I'm being honest, like
for their
If
kids,
Sauce
for
Gardner
me.
wasn't, are you for you or for any of us?
I wear a
Right.
medium, baby. Let me know. Bears
Oh, hey,
Nation
now.
podcast.
Nah, there's no
I'm just
mediums when it
playing.
comes
I'm
to
just playing.
football jerseys. They
No, not at all.
always
It's
look
a straight
baggy.
up medium, bro. It's a straight
I
up
know.
baggy medium.
But real quick before we head out, if Sauce Gardner wasn't playing the way he's playing, would Jaquan Brisker be up there, if not leading for defensive rookie of the? I mean, Aiden Hutchinson has to be up there, but
he should be up there.
From the secondary for sure.
Yeah,
Like you said, Aiden, I think will have better numbers just because of the position. But I mean, I definitely do think Brisker right now on a championship team could start. That's just me.
Yeah. And be impactful too.
Yeah, and be impactful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it feels good. It feels good. At the very least, guys, you're gonna have a game next week where you have a chance to go back to 500. It's a game worth watching from a win-loss standpoint. You know what I mean? Like that alone just feels good to be able to watch meaningful football for a little bit longer here as Bears fans. You know, we've been so deprived of it. Once it hits the months of October and November, it feels like the season's over. There's nothing to really watch for. You have for at least one more week and maybe a couple more after that, since there's 7 teams in the playoffs now, reasons to watch. You know what I mean? And the Bears being the 7th seed right now, after the way they played tonight, is not out of the realm of possibility for our Chicago Bears. Appreciate everybody tuning in the chat, on YouTube, on Twitch. You guys are incredible. It's 11:14. Go to bed. You have school. You have work tomorrow. Get the hell out of here. Stop listening to us buffoons here on YouTube. But we appreciate you nonetheless. And TikTok, the stream is down. But if you guys were on there, you guys are amazing. Kellen, Mike, always fun to do post game with you guys. Hell of a fun time. We'll have to do this every week, I think, man. This little, what do you think? Little post game reaction.
I'll tell you
what. Every week?
We're doing pretty well record wise when the 3 of us do pregame and postgame. So I think it might have to happen.
What do you mean record wise?
I mean, we've been doing we're at 500 right now. We've been doing this 2 weeks in a row. We're a 500 football team.
Have we been doing it 2 weeks in a row?
I think so.
Did we do it? I didn't do it last week because of the Commanders game, but I think we did it another time.
I think we might have did it the week before that though, didn't we? I think we did it.
Right. So every time we've done it, we've played extremely well. And Smith Marset was the only thing that ruined that, but it's okay.
We're like this is what we're the solution. You guys are welcome. All right, we do this for you. We make this thing go here at Bears Nation Podcast. I'm Scott Shane. I'm in the chat. You guys are awesome. For myself, Kevin Lapka, for Kellen Garrison, for Mike Hughes, this has been your Bears Nation Podcast post game show. I just said Bo about 4 million times. I'm still juiced up. I'm not going to bed till 3 a.m. Bears are back. Huge 33-14 win versus the Patriots on Monday Night Football. We'll see you guys next week.